Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis, and we are still at PantheaCon, and we're here with Holly Allender.
Hi.
Now, many years ago, dating myself, but well, the dinosaur I had as a pet when I was a child dates me to start with. But I remember seeing an interview with Madonna when nobody knew who she was on MTV, and they kept saying, "This is a hot thing coming up. Watch for it." And I remember thinking, "What? Never heard of this person," and 6 months later, everywhere. And I'm kind of reminded by that, being here with you.
Well, thank you.
And I think that people should watch what you're about to do.
Well, thank you.
We were talking before we started the camera. You are a teacher of yoga,
Yes.
and the particular style that you teach is your own creation, and reflexive yoga,
Yes.
it is called.
Reflexive yoga. Basically, it takes the principles of Hatha yoga,
Mhm.
karma, bhakti, raja, and jnana, and it takes all of these seemingly complicated concepts,
Mhm.
and I teach people how to use these complex ideas simply so that they can look at their own issues, look at their own things that are going on inside of them physically, emotionally, spiritually, so that they can open themselves up to connect to their higher power. And the great thing about yoga is that it's not spiritually based on any particular religion. It can go from anything from Wiccan, Druidism, to Christianity, Catholicism, anything you want, and you can be nothing at the same time.
Mhm.
The whole idea of a higher power is that extension of yourself, the full connection of who you are and being completely who you are. And a lot of the movements that we start with in the hatha part of it, the actual physical part of it, helps you begin to reflect while you're in a pose and ask yourself some questions. And I help feed those questions to you in the forthcoming book called Holly's Reflexive Yoga.
And in my writings, I talk about different ways that we access the powers of our soul.
Mm-hmm.
I don't talk much about the physical ways, but yoga deals with that rather extensively, I believe.
Very much so. It's a foundation, it's a fundamental belief that in order to get to the higher, to get to the mind, you need to control the body first, control the breath, control how, sitting in long periods of sitting still for long periods of time, even in rituals, just the physical movements and even just the physical undertaking of it kind of need to get your body into some sort of shape to handle it. Once the physical is good to go in whatever form, then the mind will follow, so to speak. So says Shivananda, a very famous Swami from India, and he teaches that first, let's just start with one thing. Let's not get too complicated. Let's not run from, I can do this pose, now I should run and be enlightened. Let's first start with getting the body taken care of. Then we'll move into the next phase, which is working on our actions and how we react, karma. And then you continue through these paths. So it's a very well laid out path that Shivananda had taught for many, many years, and his followers continue to teach. And I'm kind of taking what they've taught and bringing it more into the Western world, making it more applicable to everyone.
And would it be reasonable to assume that people who do not have a background in yoga could acquire your book and begin?
Absolutely. I actually have self-published one book already. It's called Living Yoga, and it is just the basic principles of what is Hatha Yoga. And it shows how to, do a basic postures, and it shows you some or asanas. And then it also shows you basic routines, also called vinyasas. So it kind of teaches you the ins and outs. But then it also shows where you can apply yoga throughout the rest of your life. So you can take it with you at work. You can take it in the morning when you wake up. And then just basic routines to do to get yourself more flexible and strong. That will be available shortly on my website, holistichealinghut.net.
holistichealinghut.net.
Yes. Hopefully, I'm working to get that picked up by a publisher, so hopefully we'll have more news later where that'll get picked up while I'm finishing up the Reflexive Yoga book.
And the Reflexive Yoga book is not available yet.
Not yet.
But it will be soon.
I'm hoping it will be soon. I'm kind of putting on the finishing touches, adding some more pictures. The one thing that people have enjoyed about the first book, because I did bring it to PantheaCon a few years ago, they liked the pictures because they're of a normal person.
Ah, that's
They're
so
of me.
important.
They're of me. They're not of some skinny little itty bitty, although I love skinny itty bitty little people.
Of course.
But it's a real person doing these poses. Now, I'm not 100% perfect in every pose, but you don't have to be.
That's so very important, because sometimes people feel I can't get there from here.
Exactly.
Or this is only for people who are physically some sort of ideal.
Absolutely.
And this is not.
Well, let me tell you, when I first started really practicing yoga almost 10 years ago, I weighed 300 pounds. And just even doing a forward bend was challenging, and I really wanted to give up. But if it wasn't for my teacher at that time, and if it wasn't for my mother, who also introduced me to yoga, I would have stopped. I would have given up. Because I really thought it was really for those skinny people. It was for those athletic, ideal folks. But, just keep going with it. Finding the teacher, finding the books that just keep telling you a little bit at a time. Don't try to become a guru overnight. Those are for the very magical folks.
Yes. Well, it sounds to me like if someone is wanting to develop their spirituality through yoga and develop their body through yoga, improve their health through yoga, that this is an excellent book for them to be looking at.
Yes, living yoga and reflexive yoga will help you do both. Looking through that, the website as well will be developed to give people more keys, more ideas of how to connect everything together and not feel so overwhelmed by yoga, because it can be, it's a lot. It's a lot to pick up.
I think it's very important when the teacher realizes that.
Oh, very much so, because I'm still learning. I'm still trying to understand a lot of this. The first book that I wrote, the Living Yoga, is really kind of when I felt I was a master of the beginning kind of stuff. And now I'm moving into more of writing kind of a little bit more involved book. Reflexive yoga really goes to the next level of working with your consciousness, your spirituality. And so that's kind of my culmination of mastering some of the more intermediate stuff. So I see as I grow, I pass on that knowledge to others so that they can grow with me.
That's wonderful. Now, we're here at PantheaCon. And have you been to PantheaCon before?
So my 5th year, I think. So
I notice people keep coming back.
Well, they keep coming back to the conference, but I did not teach yoga. I taught yoga 2 years in a row. And then I took a break for a year, and then I swear I thought I was going to be kicked out because people really enjoyed the class. I don't take myself seriously in the class. I enjoy what I do. We have a lot of fun. It turns into sometimes ha-ha yoga because we laugh a lot. I'll point out when the teacher, I'm not doing the pose exactly right, but here's the idea to go with it. Do what you can. And sometimes I'll point out a student who's got deeper. Sometimes I'll point out a student who's doing it just at X level. So I kind of bring the whole class into it. And this morning we had a lot of fun. We actually there wasn't a square inch left where a body wasn't placed. It was I was wonderfully packed. It was so much fun.
That sounds like tremendous fun.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
And it's
Holistic
Healing Hut.
Yes, holistichealinghut.net.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, I hope that you enjoyed this week's episode and that you'll join us again next week when we'll bring you more interviews from PantheaCon. Thank you, and may you blessed be.